Alright, hello everybody, Zaxter99 back with an updated video review of this game I just gave high praise for last night when I jumped in with high hopes that made me overrate this new MMO that just came out. It's an indie MMO called The Adventures Domain Online, and I mean, I think I fell in love with the graphic style, the hard work that I believe the developers really have put into this game. But I want to go ahead and show you what I experienced today. I worked all night long, and I wanted to log back into this game and get some more time in after playing it last night and having nothing but a great experience. Well, when I played the game today with more players logged in than there were last night, I experienced a lot different game than what I did last night. I want to go ahead and show you what we're talking about here really quick for you guys to take a look at if you're looking at purchasing this new indie MMO. So let's go ahead and jump in, guys, and I'll be back right after this. Alright guys, welcome back. We have logged into the game, and I mean, this is an early access build. I mean, the game just launched yesterday, so you can't expect it to be perfect. Notice how loud the music is right here in the opening screen. But if I enter the world with the character I just created last night, once the game world loads, you'll see the game does actually take into effect the volume levels that I set. There it goes, right there. So it's like the game loads up with all the volumes set at like 100, but you can clearly see that my audio settings are way down, and it doesn't take these into consideration until you log into the game world. So that's a little bit annoying. I didn't notice that last night. Oops. So one thing you'll notice here, guys, as I'm logged in with my magician here, in this world, it looks like the game has one major town, and all these green bars here are other players. So there's quite a few players playing here. Now, one thing I did when I logged in this morning is I set all my graphic settings like all the way down. I went from borderless to full screen. I turned my shadows way down to off. I lowered my distance and my grass distribution down to 0. I also tried it with anti-aliasing off, but it didn't make much of a difference. I turned my textures down from best to high, and for some reason the screen shake setting doesn't save, so I keep turning this off. And even with the screen shake turned off, my screen still shakes every time there's an impact. So this setting here doesn't seem to have any impact on your game experience at all. It doesn't work, basically. So it doesn't matter if you turn screen shake on or off, it's always on, and it always comes back on when you load up your game as well. So yeah, there's a few little bugs that I didn't notice last night. So you'll see here, guys, that as I get close, just like right there, you can see that there are some weird looking bugs. I don't know how this guy's all glitched out, but I've also noticed some other bugs as well as I ran around. Such as when I get close to, like, if there's 10 players right next to me, my FPS will drop into like the mid 40s or lower. So I noticed that here about an hour ago. And then sometimes you'll be walking and you'll just start running like this or whatever, and your character will like glitch out, and all of a sudden, of course it's not going to do it when I'm trying to talk about it or get it to happen, but especially as you're running around out in the forest or whatever, sometimes your character will almost just teleport a few feet away, which is kind of annoying. And I'm sure a lot of this kind of stuff is stuff that the developers will iron out as the early access development continues. But also, I would like to see the game save where you have your camera set. So, for example, I don't like to have my camera like right here on my character's neck. I like my camera to be zoomed out, and I think this should be the default camera setting, like out like this. Nobody's going to want the camera up here. And if they do want it up here, they can, roll their mouse wheel up. But I think the default setting should be something more like this, so you can actually see something. So I do like the compass at the top. I like the radar at the top right. The thunderstorms and the rain and stuff like that look phenomenal. The clouds in the sky are, I'm sure that's like an asset for dynamic clouds or whatever, but it looks really good in this game. I really do like the art style and everything like that. But you can't just go up to any tree and like hack down a tree to get wood. Just something to note, you do have to actually equip your uh, lumber axe like right here, and I guess you would equip like your shovel or your pickaxe like right here. And then if you find like a rock or a tree that's already down, like a log down tree, then you can simply go up to the rock or the tree and hit the E key to harvest it. Not a big deal. I mean, with an MMO, you wouldn't expect everybody to be able to go and hack down trees as you would like a survival game, for example. So remember, this is an MMO, and I think a lot of MMOs are kind of like this. They're not going to allow you. World of Warcraft doesn't allow you to go up to any tree and hack down every tree in the world. So, I mean, that's kind of expected. But as we see, guys, as I get kind of out here in the forest, we see that, you know, one thing I did is I turned down my my grass density. So if I go into my options and I want to get some grass distribution, and I want to turn my distance up a little bit, and I want to get even my grass density at like 20, so I see some grass, you'll probably see what happens to, yeah, there we go. The graphics, I figured my frame rate would drop, but no, it's not that bad. Okay. Yeah, you don't have to have the grass this bad. Okay, well, we're still at 60 frames per second. And I'm running an i7-10700 CPU, 2060 Super video card, 16 gigs of RAM. So if you guys have something similar, you may want to take a look at. Having shadows off rather than shadows best definitely makes a big difference as well. And then you could also turn like anti-aliasing down. Textures best is going to definitely hurt your performance as well. So you may want to turn this down to like high like I have here. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, see if I turn it up to best, and I close it. Well, right now it's still at 60. So you'll probably just have to play around with the settings, but you'll see kind of like as I run through here, you'll see that some stuff kind of loads in, some of the textures and stuff like that load in, and that may be a turnoff to some people. So just kind of keep that in mind. And here's what I'm talking about. I mean, there's plenty of logs for you to go collect, but you'll just kind of come up here, and then if you have a hatchet on your character, like equipped right there, you don't equip it. I was trying to drag a hatchet into my hands, and I realized that could work, and then I finally saw it over here. So as long as you have the right tool equipped over here in your tools, then you should be able to come here and chop the log or the fallen tree and get some timber. So the tree will go away, you'll see timber on the ground, and then you can just pick it up with your E key or your use key. But yeah, I mean, the moon and the sky and the clouds might be some of the best, you know, the best part of this whole environment. The water looks really good too, not gonna lie about that. There is an iron golem. Yeah, you can see he's labeled as like death on me, but I'm pretty sure he's pretty easy to outrun. Yeah, I don't think he's gonna chase me too far. These wolves are really aggressive if you do buy this team as well, so be aware of them. Yeah, sorry about that. So see how my screen is shaking? Because this guy's up here fighting. And I do have screen shake off. So they definitely need to fix that. I mean, a lot of these things seem like they're probably pretty simple fixes. And, you know, having the developers optimize the game a little bit more through early access definitely won't hurt. But yeah, I mean, it's a really pretty game. It looks like there are several dungeons in the game. After looking at this game a little bit more, there is like, you know, you can get on ships and travel the world across the oceans and, you know, stuff like that, and you can do trading and things like that. But after looking at this game a little bit more, I'm kind of concerned this, you know, some players may run out of content after maybe 10 to 20 hours of game time. It might be a little bit more than that. But if you're somebody who rushes through games or, you know, rushes through all the quest lines and stuff like that, yeah, you might be feel a little bit joked. You know, you may not get the best experience or the best bang for your buck. But if you're somebody kind of like me and you'd like to talk to other people or maybe, you know, build up your skills and trade armor to people and, you know, you're willing to talk to other people and just kind of slow down, you're probably going to get your money's worth out of this game. But I mean, this game is probably not going to have just tons and tons of content, at least right now, at launch and early access. So I do want to come over here with my grass added and the the distance turned up a little bit and see what kind of FPS I get in town, because I just logged in just a little bit ago and my FPS was, like I said, it was struggling. Right now it seems to be running a little bit better, or a lot better to be honest. So yeah. So guys, my score on this game right now, just because I'm afraid that there's not as much content here as I originally thought there was. I mean, you can go fishing and everything like that. Fishing is really fun. Let me show you how fishing works really quick. So you can come up to this NPC over here. There's an NPC right here that'll sell you a fishing pole. She'll give you a quest. Yeah, Casey Jane Fishing. And she'll give you a quest to catch 3 fish. So you'll come in here and you'll throw on your fishing pole. You'll put that right in your hand. And you'll come up here, find a school of fish. I really love how you can see the fish in the water like this. So you'll kind of come up here, and rather than standing right here on the shore, guys, I would wait out just a little bit, like right here. And then you're going to hit your Y key on the keyboard, and that will throw your line out. Now, you can't really control, at least right now, you can't control how far deep you go. But you just kind of wait there, and there's no bait or anything like that you need to put on the hook. You'll actually see the empty hook in the water. But you just kind of got to wait. And waiting out in the water like I am now seems like it does help a little bit. And you just kind of wait until you see a fish, like, up and down with that hook. You know, you basically see a fish bite that hook and be hanging there for you. And then you'll just reel in the fish with the Y key by holding it down, and you will catch your fish. But that's pretty much all there is to catching a fish here. Maybe that fish right there is going to grab it. No, he's going to think about it a little bit more. So sometimes you just have to be patient, wait a little bit, or maybe move your location just a little bit. And, it's kind of an RNG game, I think. But, I mean, you do have some pretty scenery to look at while you're waiting. Oh. So see there, I had screen shake because somebody was up there fighting a wolf or whatever. I actually thought it was because I had a fish, but no. You'll see all your quests over on the left. I like the UI. I like that the game has, party chat, guild chat, whispers, a local chat, global chat. It has all your chat right there. And, I feel like the UI is really set up here as far as like your inventory. You see the total weight you have, the maximum weight you have, your gold. You see any kind of points you've earned by leveling up that you can use for magic skills, defensive skills, things like that. You have your character name up here, and then right here you have Steam inventory items. You can visit the Steam store and buy, I guess, some items. And then you see your trade skill levels right here. So like armor crafting, upcrafted, some bandages, I think, and that took my armor crafting is 3, but it's still 0% here. Gathering is up there because I've gathered some wood and stuff like that. Yep, and then chopping that wood gave me a 15, but still 0%. So yeah, I mean, it's pretty well set up. I look forward to seeing where this game goes. But last night when I played it for the first hour, I played in the starter dungeon, had a good experience, and then came into town and went fishing briefly, figured out how to catch a fish. I had a great time, and I was just looking at the graphics and everything like that, and I think I overrated this game a little bit. Right now, guys, I would give this game a 7.5 out of 10. And, you may want to hold off and make sure the developers are going to continue to support this game, put out updates, and they're not going to abandon this game in, a month or two just because they're not making the $1 million that they hope they make or whatever. Sadly, that does happen with a lot of indie developers. They'll make something like this. They'll go in with hopes of making $1 million the first month, and then when they only make, $5,000 the first month or whatever, they get really discouraged and decide to stop updating it. Let's hope that doesn't happen with these developers, but I mean, you just never know. So if some of you guys are wary of that, you may want to hold off a little bit. But right now, guys, I've kind of tempered my score just a little bit from what I did last night. I'm going to give this game a 7.5. And, I'm going to keep playing this game, hoping the game gets updated and gets better, and you know, the developers continue to add more dungeons and expand the world and expand the things that you can do, so you have more content and even a better bang for your dollar. I mean, the game's not that high price. It's $15. There's no monthly fee or anything like that. But if you have any questions, or you know, you want to see more or whatever, be sure to comment down below. Let me know what you guys think of this video. And I want to go and thank you guys for watching my first impressions review and look at this game. So thanks so much for watching, guys. I'm going to stand here and fish until I catch a fish, and then I'm going to bed because I've been up all night working. This has been Zox79. Have a great day, everybody. We'll see you next video. Take care.